Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, and you can hear me okay? I'm loud and clear?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks so much for being on tonight. I'm still in Illinois, but about to head out tomorrow, finally back to some Florida weather, even though it's been super hot here. But I'm excited to really talk tonight about something that keeps coming up in a lot of my conversations throughout, our coaching calls and helping affiliates obviously monetize using their social media as leverage to attract, whether it's business owners, whether it's people that know business owners. So I actually asked my business partner to be on tonight. I'm going to get to her in a second, properly edify her, really bring her on because some of you, this is the first time you've ever met her over Zoom, and she definitely is going to crush it, especially on so many different topics. So first of all, let me just kind of give you guys what tonight is going to look like. Whether you like social media or not, this is one of those things where social media is like AI today, but it was like 10 years ago. So, I mean, I've been plugging into social media for like 14 years. Brooke Zuckerberg, I think, started social media when he was, 2008. I think he was still at Harvard in 2004. Obviously, Facebook and then Instagram, and then, Facebook bought Instagram, and then LinkedIn around that time also started. And then YouTube has been going on. Actually, I think it's one of the first apps, so to speak, of social media. So we're going to hit all of them tonight. We're going to hit on LinkedIn. We're going to hit on YouTube. We're going to hit on Instagram. We're going to hit on Facebook because every single one of the apps is different. So if you're just Control C, Control V every single day, that might not be the best strategy, so to speak. And of course, you have X, which is formerly Twitter, that Elon Musk bought for $43 billion a year ago. Then you have some of the things that Instagram does. We're not going to get into that tonight because obviously there's Pinterest, there's TikTok, there's a lot of different things out there. But specifically with your business to build a cash flow, we really picked 4 or 5 of those places to do it. And so we actually made slides tonight, so you can definitely follow through with everything. But this is something that our VIP clients are always asking me about. A lot of our affiliates are also asking, questions. And what I found, just because I'm only one person, it's so hard to mentor all of, everyone individually. Even down to what a story is, how to post a story, what is a story, what is a reel, what is a carousel, what to do on LinkedIn, what to not do on LinkedIn, because some of your post on Instagram is not what you want to post on LinkedIn. And then I've always talked about the 3 M's is the message, what is your message, how to be vulnerable, how to be authentic within your messaging, not just always post about business. That's something that we want to get out of you. And then from there, then you have the methods. And that's what you're really going to learn a lot tonight about. What is the method behind the message or the messaging that you want to share with your audience? And then the third thing is going to be the monetization, which comes in form of money, which comes in form of adding value, which there's so many different forms of monetization. It's not just, making money. It's really more of adding value, making an impact, being inspirational, building a community, building your brand. We hear that a lot these days. But, one of those things that, again, I want to bring up where someone says, well, I'm not really a social media person, or I don't really do social media. I just really hope that tonight you can come to the conclusion that you must do it. If you want to be in business, if you want to build a business like Kevin O'Leary talks about, Kevin O'Leary has a couple of Instagram videos where he basically calls people morons for not doing social media. And I'm not going to go that far tonight, but I believe it is kind of moronic to not consider how social media, and I'm not talking about ads, I'm not talking about paying for anything tonight. Of course, you can do that. But I think it's because it's so free. And if your stuff is on public, you just never know who's going to view your stuff. You don't have to have tens of thousands of followers. You don't have to have even hundreds of followers or thousands of followers. You can actually just build from where you're currently at, but maybe just doing a better job at it. So we want to clean things up tonight for you. We really want to help you grow your social media organically. We want to help you as best that we possibly can. Okay. So with that said, we're going to get into, first, just congratulating a lot of our VIP affiliates. These are some pictures of some VIP affiliates. Now, if you look to the left and you look to the right, these are actual people that are booking the most appointments. What's interesting is the people that we do work with are booking the most appointments effectively, whether it's 100 employees, 50 employees, 500 employees, 1,000. So we'll talk a little bit about this later on tonight of what that even looks like to really take your game to the next level. I will say for everyone that's on the call tonight, make a mental note or write this down. you and I personally need to connect this week one on one. And here's why. Not because I want to coach you at all, it's because I need to talk to you about the 5 cash flows that the TE group is offering. And not all of them are going to be ready to go as of today. But the second cash flow, we already have the regular monthly PCMP program. But the second cash flow is called the research and data, or the research and development, I should say, the R&D program. What's interesting about this is we need to educate you. We need to put you on a roster. You can't just wait for me to post something on WhatsApp, because I'm not going to do that. I have to vet you. We have to really go through a process of who is dead serious. What's in it for you, again, social media is going to be a big part of this, because once you are very comfortable with both the research and development side of what we're doing with the T group, and also the PCMP program, booking appointments, talking to business owners, especially when you hear my guest speakers whole talk on LinkedIn, because that's where everyone's hanging out. The potential affiliates are on LinkedIn. The business partners, the business owners are going to be on LinkedIn mostly for this particular business. But the R&D program offers a now money compensation. So I won't get too much into it tonight, because that's not what tonight's about. But you and I have to have a conversation. And what I'm really what I'm looking for you is your complete burning desire to want to do this. So Napoleon Hill talks about this real quick in Think and Grow Rich. In order for you to be rich in life, no matter what you do, you have to have a willingness to work. You have to have a burning desire, and you have to really have like have a white hot burning desire, willingness to work, and be coachable. These are the 3 things that you must have, right? So if someone's not coachable, but they have a willingness to work and a burning desire, they're still not going to be successful. If someone's coachable, but they have no willingness to work, that means they're lazy, they're not going to ever make those calls. So those are like the 3 ingredients to bake the cake in order for you to be successful in this business, or really any other business, but it's specifically in this business, because there is a lot of education on the research and development program, how to reach out to business owners. But what you're going to find with the R&D program, it's actually might even be much easier. And let's say you closed a deal, or the T group closed a deal, your commission is, let's say, $20,000. Well, you're going to get 10,000 of that in the next couple of weeks. So you're able to get cash, now money, within that next couple of weeks, and then 4 to 5 months later, get the rest of it, the next 10,000, and that's going to be $20,000 a year, so to speak, if that's what you made on one of those deals. Now, it's not monthly residuals. The long-term thing is in the PCMP program, and again, that's why your social's got to be on point. Even just your life and what you're showing, your persona. And we want that to be coming off authentic. It's in my book, obviously, You versus You, chapter 1, You versus Your Persona. Super important you read this book, because you don't want to come off like that's not really who you are, right? And that's huge. Like, we all hate that when we see somebody on social media, but we know that's not really who they really are. Now, we're not saying go share your deepest, darkest secrets and your biggest vulnerabilities on social media. But LinkedIn, I mean, obviously, it's a way professional space that you don't really want to do, again, a meme on LinkedIn necessarily. Does that make sense? So we're going to learn that today. So again, congratulations. We had so many people re-up for the next 6 months working with us. The first 4 months have been extraordinary. We've added tons of value. And really, that brings me to our next speaker, which I'm going to announce here in a second, Miss Sarah Doty. And we're going to talk about this. Now, if you do want to get my book, if you never read my book, You versus You, I recommend it. Book of the month. It's a new month. It's $15 on Amazon. There's the QR code there. I'm just going to put that up there. But you can just scan that, or you just go to Amazon. You versus You, right there, $15. Really winning the You versus You battles. So what I want to do is I want to introduce Sarah. So I met her many months ago. And she really helped me a lot with just my brand. See, I was looking to make a change in my marketing, and I was looking to make a change in my brand. And I've had this You versus You kind of book around for 5 years, and I've done some great things with it. But I really wanted to help incorporate my brand into helping all of you, into the fact that I want to help all of you accomplish financial freedom, because that's what You versus Your Finance is all about. So Sarah came in and kind of was helping me with LinkedIn stuff and all the marketing materials, but then getting to know her. What's interesting about her is she's one of the top executives in the nation and really in the world, with a company that all of you probably have heard of, Salesforce. Okay, Mark Benioff. Mark Benioff is a founder. And what's interesting about him, I went to a Tony Robbins event many, many years ago. I walked out of fire. That's where Mark Benioff got the idea of Salesforce. He went to a Tony Robbins event many, many years ago. Now he's like one of Tony Robbins' best friends, and really started this incredible tech company called Salesforce that you see on national television, or you see on TV. But Matthew McConaughey is like the face. all of his commercials for Salesforce. So Sarah has been there for over 10 years. She's one of the top executives. And what I did is I brought her on as the COO of our coaching company, which is really the VIP program that's helping affiliates with the T Group. So we have our partner, the T Group, that's phenomenal. If you know anything about Giovanni, Giovanni is like our liaisons to help us with the licensed professionals, like anything you need. It's like literally white glove treatment. As long as you're booking calls, you're going to get incredible treatment, making sure you have your dashboard. We got the eighth largest law firm in the United States of America singing praise about us, recommending that business owners, whether they're large or small, go with us. So this is massive. So I see the future. I see big things, even though we knew about the T Group early this year. So it's only been since March or April of this year. But I'm a visionary. So I already see 5 years from now, 3 years from now, even a couple of years from now. And you have to understand that social media success, yes, it leaves clues, but it also is a long-term play. You can't be success building a brand short term. You can't have a brand that's just a couple months old. There has to be consistencies. So, and I also understand that I'm only one person and I need a lot of help. And notice that she's also a female. So we have a lot of females out there, which I appreciate so much. And I can only do so much because we call ourselves like the yin and the yang, right? So having a female perspective and leader, having a male perspective and leader, I just think it's great because one of the things I don't want to create is just a male leadership company because we do have a lot of females on this call right now today. So I understood that. I've worked with females for over 12 years in skincare business and everything. So I just knew what I'm good at and also what I'm not good at. And a lot of the things that I'm not good at, Sarah is a master at. So I just want to kind of read this real quick. So she does our operations management. She oversees daily operations to ensure the efficiency of all of our business processes. So that comes with marketing strategies, development and implementing marketing and sales strategies to drive the business growth. So a lot of what we do with our VIPs is we're driving the growth where we have marketing, we create posts, we create KPIs, for our affiliates. Project management and material development ensure timely execution and completion of projects and initiatives, including building assets, collateral, and material for our clients, presentations, one-pagers, planners, and anything else they need. So we actually are coming out with a whole planner for all of our affiliates, like literally KPIs, what to do from like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., organizing your whole life. And that's not just with T Group or making money. That's your whole personal life and professional life. So we're developing that, or operational decision making operational decisions within the scope of daily business activities. So social media is a part of it. It's a compartment that we all need to master because people come to you instead of you always going to them. Strategic input, provide strategic input and feedback on business development and overall strategy, and really base coaching, supporting me and the coaching based clients in weekly roundtables. We have masterminds every Friday. We just had a great one this Friday. We do anything from relationships to promises, a lot of the you versus you stuff too in your personal life. And we have a lot of clients that have been married for 30 years, 25 years. So they even coach us. So it's just an incredible tight knit group that we want to help everyone here achieve financial freedom, $10,000 a month or more, help you in your relationships, help you keeping your promises, be impeccable with your word, getting in shape, eating healthy, like the whole shebang. And we're all work in progresses, obviously, but it's so great to have all that. And what she does is she sends out KPIs every day for our marketing to all of our affiliates, what to post on social media, and the list just goes on and on and on what she has done. So she's been a massive blessing, not only to me, but to our entire VIPs. And this is the first time that if you're not on the VIP list, this is the first time that you're going to hear from her. And again, she comes from a corporate America background. She is a woman, more power to all the women out there, and she's under 40. So she's still in her 30s, and she probably makes more than, I know she makes more than the president of the United States of America. But it just goes to show that this person is crushing it in corporate America at the highest level of the number 3 tech company in the world, but also has a huge passion for coaching, has a huge passion for building brands. And actually, if you look at her Instagram, you'll see that she's doing exactly what she's preaching. If you looked at her LinkedIn, if you really research that as well, you can see where she's coming from. So I wanted her to come on, give us some strategies here. So would you please help me welcome everybody, our COO of our base program, Sarah Doty. So Sarah, if you're on, take it away.
A little hard to follow up that crazy application. Thank you for sharing all of that. I'm so happy to be here. So I know Todd spoke a little bit at the beginning about the power of social media, but I've observed a bit, kind of just watching everyone on social media and even Todd and even myself. And I think that one, it's really important that we just talk a little bit about the power of social media, but two, that we understand that not all social media platforms are built the same, right? They're not all meant for the same person. Not all the same people are actually even hanging out on them. And they really have different purposes and different powers behind them. So I want to talk a little bit just about the power of social media and how it can leverage, you guys can leverage it to really drive forward this business. I think I have a little delay, so I'm going to go off camera. So social media, listen, it's not just about broadcasting your message, right? It's about creating meaningful connections that can drive your business forward. So a lot of that is branding, of course, but we're here today to drive forward a specific business practice. So I think there's two ways that you can really leverage your social media platforms to build massive income with this business. One is you can build a robust affiliate group under you, as many of you are under someone else. And two, you can engage directly with business owners and have conversations with them, cold or warm market. So first thing I want to talk about with the power of social media is just kind of building that affiliate team. So your social media platforms can create unparalleled opportunities to connect with potential affiliates. So think about it. Every time you share your success stories, every time you share a tip for financial growth, every time you share the benefits of the TE group or what you're working on in the affiliate program, you're planting seeds in the minds of other people, in your followers, in the people that you know, to become a part of this, right? So you need to be proactive in just showcasing the value of joining this, that highlight the success of other affiliates, highlight the successes that you're having, even highlight challenges, share testimonies, illustrate the financial and personal growth you've experienced, whether it's as a VIP client or just as an affiliate. You can do things like host live sessions or Q&As on your Facebook. You can host webinars and post them on YouTube. You can have super interactive posts. So anything you do on social media that talks about the power of this program can build trust and demonstrate your commitment to your own success, which gets people curious. What are they up to, right? So there's so much power in DMing people and all of that, but just building value by talking about what you're doing is super powerful. And then secondly, obviously, we want to engage with business owners. So many of you know business owners, but there's a whole world out there of people sitting on your social media that are also working corporate jobs, that work at businesses, right? So business owners, corporate executives are always looking for ways to expand their networks, right? Most of them are trying to expand their sales organization. So they always want to increase their revenue. So your social media strategy should always include content tailored to business owners. Share insights on industry trends, offer free resources, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of like the two basic reasons you would want to be on social media for this business. So why is social media so powerful? Well, there's a few things. It can help you build your brand and network, like I said, right? It's your virtual networking hub. It's the old, go out and get a drink after work. Now everyone's doing it on social media. So when you're actively participating in conversations, when you're sharing valuable content, you're engaging with your audience, you establish yourself as a thought leader automatically. Todd is a thought leader just by showing up every single day and talking about you versus you, right? So when you establish yourself as a thought leader, it starts to visibly attract potential people to your network, right? And the more you're talking about financial growth and you versus you and growth stuff, the more you're going to attract individuals who want to be part of a winning team and or are a winning person, right? So imagine the power of that well-coordinated social media campaign across all of your platforms that's highlighting the value of what you're doing. It doesn't all have to be this, right? But it's kind of that robust brand that you're driving that showcases the success story and the clear path that you're on because other people want to join you in that journey. Social media is also very, very powerful for booking meetings and closing deals. If you have consistent engagement and strategic content, you can lead to more booked meetings just by providing that value and building relationships. So I'm sure many of you have stories or examples of people on social media who have reached out to you and you've been able to book meetings with them. And then of course you can monetize your engagement and drive leads. So the ultimate goal is really to make money, right? So by building, that value on social media and you start building that affiliate team, you start engaging with business owners, you're doing it effectively, you're doing it all the time, you're going to start creating that revenue stream that you're all looking for. So what I want you guys to really do is just kind of sit back and ingest over the next, 30 or so minutes. We're going to go through 4 social media platforms, and we're not going to do a massive deep dive yet. Let me go back on camera and see if it's less lagged, but we want to just give you sort of what is the purpose of that platform, who's hanging out there, still lagging. And then like, how can you use that specific platform to engage your audiences in the right way? And then we're going to show you a couple examples. So again, each of these platforms is slightly different and you should be using them for different purposes. And then of course you need to just go out there and practice. You also don't need to be a master at all 4 tomorrow, right? If one sounds like, okay, I think that's where my people are hanging out, go get really good at that, right? So, because this can be a little overwhelming. There's a lot to do here. So I want to start off with Instagram. So Instagram is a super powerful platform, as you know. It's very dynamic. It's very visual, right? Most of what's going on Instagram is really pretty visual content. It's really a tool for personal branding. It really allows people to showcase their personality and their value and who they are. So this is where influencers live, is on Instagram, right? So the key to Instagram is authenticity. Just remember that. You're being who you are. The audience on Instagram is younger, right? If you look across like the statistics, it's millennials and Gen Z. And that platform values genuine and engaging content. They want to see the face behind the brand. They want to see the story behind the brand. They want to see the value that makes you unique, right? So that's really, I'll tell you, Todd and I work a lot on his social media posts, and then he'll go post like a picture of himself and just like write something up that's really authentic. And it does like 5 times better because it's so authentic. It's so just who he is. And it will blow up because it's like people are just want to hear from the person behind the picture. So Instagram's the perfect place for building personal connections. Again, really appealing visual posts, stories, videos that really encompass your brand and your narrative. So it's not just about promoting a product. This is where you share your journey and your wins and your challenges. Okay. Like I said, the audience tends to be a little bit younger. So that's why that visually appealing stuff. So like short videos do really well on Instagram. So just remember, the goal on Instagram is not just to post content, but really to tell a story. So using Instagram to kind of humanize your brand, humanize your story, showing behind the scenes moments, highlight customer stories or wins or celebrate milestones. So I'm going to share a little bit about how maybe you could use social media, like dive in a little, or use Instagram, dive in a little bit more. So why don't you go forward to the next slide? So here's some ideas for you guys on Instagram. And remember, this is a little bit more broad than just the affiliate and TE group stuff, right? This is like your personal brand. So on Instagram, you have the chance to showcase kind of the spectrum of you and your personality. So this means blending really professionally, massaging that blending of personal content and kind of what you're up to professionally, right? If you're just constantly posting, a product or something on Instagram, people are going to kind of sick of that. So it's really the place where you can kind of blend that together and add those personal touches. So sharing behind the scenes look into your day, highlight team members. We do things on Todd's Instagram where one day we'll do a testimony, another day we provide value, another day it's just about him. And we really try to break it up into kind of a personal and professional showcase of his whole brand, which is different than what we would do on maybe Facebook or LinkedIn. It's really important that you leverage stories and reels. These are super powerful for engagement. So this is where you can share quick tips, event promotions, behind the scenes content, and just get really like fun with it. These features are designed to keep your audience coming back for more, so your story is really more your closest friends are seeing it, maybe not real life friends, but your internet friends. And Reels are where you can really go viral. I mean, I have seen followers with, or pages with 100 followers, and they have like a reel that goes absolutely viral. So using stories and reels to, you can do things like run polls, ask questions, create short, impactful videos that really highlight what you're trying to show. Instagram is another great place to promote, the affiliate program or the VIP coaching program. So you can highlight success stories or testimonials, share it on your stories, and then once in a while, put it on your page so people can see what you're up to. And then it's also really important on Instagram to engage with followers. So Instagram doesn't like it when you're selfish. So it really wants you to engage. So it's not just about posting consistently, but it's actually about interacting with your audience. So respond to comments, engage with followers, direct message someone. A great way to engage with people is if they comment, someone you don't really know comments on your reel or your story or your post, you can reach out and say, hey, are you just commenting because you like my content? Are you interested in this? Can I share more? Like, it's great to meet you. And then also after you post something, go and engage with other people's content, right? Go share the love. So if you're just getting on Instagram and posting and leaving, Instagram does not like that. They want to see that you're engaging with other people, kind of sharing the love, and they respond really well to that algorithm. It's really that two-way connection that's going to build you a following. And then you just have to have a well thought out content strategy. So I think maintaining a visually appealing feed is really important. If you guys look at my Instagram, I actually try really hard to create like on my page, it looks very cohesive. I have a very cohesive brand. Now that takes a while to get to. I have help with that, but try to make your, use a reel cover. Try to make your content as visually appealing as possible. Use hashtags that can increase your reach. Connect with new audiences, collaborate with other influencers. If you know people that in your network that have a lot of followers, connect with them, ask if you guys can do a live together or you can collaborate on a post together. So consistency is key. Make sure you're constantly posting on Instagram. So yeah, Instagram, really great place to build your brand. So I wanted to show you guys just kind of like a quick example of this. I sort of mentioned this earlier, but what you see here is kind of a mix of that personal and strategic business promotion on Todd's Instagram. So on the left, Todd shared this picture of him working and just like a really authentic post about how he manages mental health. So it showcased his vulnerability. It was super genuine. But he really just talked about his own struggles and humanized himself. And people felt heard and understood. And I know Todd told me he had a lot of people reach out and thank him for posting it. And then on the right, he's simply talking about residual income and like how to build residual income, right? So these are very different, but they're cohesive because it shows the full capacity of who he is. It's who he is and his story. And if you look at his Instagram, he'll have pictures of his kids, and then he'll be talking about a client or a testimony. So it's really like the full, robust picture. So this works because you have the personal connection, you're having value-driven content, he's consistent and relevant. And also a really big thing is always have a call to action. Always have a call to action in your posts. Like, why am I reading this and what can I do with this information? So on both of these, Todd asks people to engage with him. Like, hey, if you're struggling with mental health yourself, like reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Or with the post on the right, we have this amazing VIP program. Reach out to me. I'd love to share with you how I'm building residual income. All right. So with that, we're going to move, and I'm sure you guys have tons of questions. We are going to do more trainings on this stuff. So if you just feel like we're touching the surface, that's intentional. All right, LinkedIn. This is where I want you guys to get really freaking good. LinkedIn is not just another social media platform. This is a powerful tool for networking. And this is where every business owner on earth is hanging out. Do you guys think that Mark Benioff is hanging out on Instagram? I don't know. I don't think he is, but you know where he is hanging out? LinkedIn. This is where CEOs, CFOs, like professionals are hanging out on LinkedIn. And so, Instagram, like I said, there's a lot of, posting my cat, posting my kids. And when business owners are on Instagram, they're not necessarily on there to talk business. It's kind of like they're shutting down their mind to go scroll on Instagram. So again, it can be a great, powerful tool for building your brand, but where you're going to meet people that are going to really be a part of this business, either as an affiliate in the VASE program or are, purchasing products from the TE group, it's on LinkedIn. I'm telling you guys, it's on LinkedIn. So this is where you're going to showcase your professional brand and build professional connections. And really a space where you can highlight your expertise, share industry insights, and demonstrate your leadership in a specific space. So by consistently sharing on LinkedIn and actually sharing valuable content, you're going to position yourself as a thought leader in your field. So I want to be really clear here. This is not where you take your Instagram post and repost it. This has to be thoughtful content that business people want to read, right? So I'll give you guys an example. I've asked some of our VASE clients to kind of niche themselves when they reach out to business owners. So we have a few people, let's say like that, they have a massive history in working in car dealerships. Well, they're an expert in that field, right? And so they could post on LinkedIn industry insights about car dealerships. 10 ways to, run your car dealership more easy, right? And then if people are engaging with that, there you go. There's people in that industry to go have conversations with, or maybe you worked as in an HR department before, or maybe you worked in a law office before, or a doctor's office before, whatever your background is, you can use that to go on LinkedIn, show you're an industry expert, start talking about your field, and become a thought leader. And then as people are engaging with your content, you're now building your networking. Think of it like going to a professional party and someone walks up to you. And for me, I'd start telling them about my job at Salesforce, right? Oh, what do you do? I'm engaging with them and networking with them. That's what you want to do on your LinkedIn profile, is network by sharing your thought leadership. So this is also a great place to share meaningful comments and other people's stuff, right? So if you see a post that really resonates with you, start a conversation in the comments. Direct message someone, oh my gosh, I saw your comment on that post. It was amazing. I'd love to learn more. Again, think of it like a virtual networking session, right? You're not going out to drinks and networking. You're getting on LinkedIn and having conversations with people. So it's not, I hate when I go on LinkedIn, it's just people broadcasting their achievements. That's not there's so much more to LinkedIn than that. You can start conversations, provide insights, offer value. And the more you engage with people on LinkedIn, the stronger your professional relationships will become. I did a whole training on this. I will give it to you guys to watch. It's an hour or so long training, or 45-minute long training, just specifically on how to use LinkedIn. But I'm just telling you guys, there's so much. Even LinkedIn offers tons of training on LinkedIn. So go learn LinkedIn. So like I said, the audience is primarily professionals and business owners, people who are building their careers, people who are looking for industry insights, people who are looking for opportunities. It includes seasoned professionals who value high quality content and meaningful connections. And so this is why I think that LinkedIn matters most, again, is your professional reputation can be built and maintained here. And again, I think it's where potential clients, potential affiliates can learn more about you. So your profile and your presence needs to be elevated and professional enough that people are going to be interested in connecting with you. So next slide, a few things you can do. Number one is optimize your profile. So your profile is not just a resume. I know that a lot of people use it as a resume when they're job hunting, but when you're actively in something like this opportunity, you can really use your LinkedIn profile to showcase what you're doing. So using the headline to showcase, and in my LinkedIn training, I talk all about this, but it's really a professional personal branding tool on your actual page. So you better have a professional photo, a compelling headline, a summary that showcases what you do, and then of course your accomplishments. So again, watch my video. I talk a lot about this in there, but if there's one thing that you can go do literally tomorrow is go optimize your profile. Go take a nice picture of yourself in front of a white wall and update your picture. Again, engage with content. You have to post regularly, share insights, engage with your network's content. Again, this content isn't going to be what you're posting on Instagram. You got to actually think really strategically about industry insights and things like that to engage properly on LinkedIn. And then you want to network. Use LinkedIn to network. There's tons of groups just like Facebook has, so you can join relevant groups, participate in discussions. And again, just think of this like, you know, my after work drinks where I would go out and network with folks, but you're doing it online. And then lastly, it's also a great place to generate leads. I also talk a ton about this in the training, which again, I'll send you guys, about leveraging Sales Navigator, which is a super powerful tool for targeting potential clients directly. It helps you build lead lists and reach out to people. So just remember, this isn't like a static profile. It's really dynamic. It's where you can engage and boost your professional presence. So I just want to show you guys like one example of a content strategy here. So this is actually from the TE Group's LinkedIn page. You could literally post this with a thing about it and then say, DM me to learn more. And this is just very high level. This isn't even going deeply into industry insights. This is just go to the TE Group's page and share their content on LinkedIn. And anyone who engages with it is now a warm lead for you. All right. So I'm going to pass it to Todd. He's got a massive following on Facebook and knows YouTube really well. So he is going to share a little bit about Facebook for us.
Awesome. Well, first of all, if you're enjoying Sarah, what you just talked about, let's get a thumbs up or an emoji, whatever on the Zoom. That was phenomenal. Definitely myself learning a lot about LinkedIn myself and really want to take massive action on that place. But yeah, I definitely want to talk about Facebook because I started building a brand many, many years ago in the network marketing industry on Facebook. And I will say, and I'm not saying this to brag, but it documented, I've made millions of dollars off Facebook, like millions of dollars. The group that I have right now, because we're going to be creating like groups and you guys can be added to the group that we have. We have about 18,000 people just in a private Facebook group page. I have another 5,000. I have a page that has about 100,000 likes. And then I have 15,000 following me with 5,000 friends. So just so you know, like there's a Facebook personal page where that's where you show your dog, and a lot of people promote MLMs every other day of the week, but that's cool. But you also have people can follow you on your regular Facebook page once you are past 5,000 friends. And then there's also the professional kind of Facebook LinkedIn, where you actually can have a professional Facebook page where people just like it. And the more likes you get, you can definitely monetize that, especially with ads. So it's not going to be huge in engagement. Instagram works differently, in my opinion, because what Sarah said was money. It's something that I have to do a better job at, is like literally like going on Instagram and like engaging in content and liking the stuff that I want to see more about. And especially, I mean, like for instance, I had a dream about a man last night. Yes, I did have a dream about a man. And this man, I don't know if God's telling me you have to talk with him. And his name is Erwin McManus. And I've already talked with him. I've already been to one of his events. But there's something I love his podcast, and I had a dream that I was with him. We were doing masterminds together, and it was a great dream because he's a pastor of Mosaic Church. I've been to his church many times in Mosaic. He just has an incredible heart, and I need to like his stuff more. I need to share his stuff. If you want to get people to notice you, I've also got a couple of Michael Franzese. So Michael Franzese is a gangster turned Christian, one of the top gangsters of all time. I love Michael Franzese. You've got to check him out on YouTube. If you love any gangster movies like Goodfellas, he was actually, they talked about him. Ray Liotta mentioned him in Goodfellas. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I actually have a conversation because of Instagram with Michael Franzese. So like, these are people I look up to, and we have access to them. Like, you can inbox them, and yeah, celebrities might not see your stuff, but at least you can try. So you can do business. I mean, I know my business partners with Wi-Fi Money. I mean, they're doing business with two of my business partners are percentage owners of Popeye Drink, the drink, the soda that's supposed to be good with the probiotic. They're like percentage owners because of Instagram with the soda, the healthy soda that's in Whole Foods and Sprouts nationwide. So, this relationship on social media can bring so much. I mean, if you're single, you can maybe find your mate on Facebook. So you just never know what this brings. And again, even if you're dating, like, I mean, think about this. If you're on Tinder or any of those things, what is like any of these dating apps have? You have to put your profile in, because why? People need to know you're real. So if you're single and you're trying to date, like, people want to look you up. And if they like it, if you have an attractive brand, if you're saying great things, if you're vulnerable, I mean, as a guy, I mean, I know people like that. It's like it's good because I'm not just talking business all the time. So again, everything that Sarah's saying is absolute gold. And honestly, this masterclass tonight should have cost money, because to think that this is free is blowing my mind right now, because it took me thousands and tens of thousands of dollars of my own money to learn all this. So, okay, so here we go. So in Facebook, the purpose is community building, creating nurturing communities around your brand, engagement. So it's the same thing, liking, commenting. So same kind of rules with Instagram. If you post something on Facebook, people are commenting, comment back. I always do twice if I can. Of course, what is engaging is family pictures, not selfies all the time, but obviously like a cool picture of yourself. Like you can get creative. You can always ask people to take pictures of you. I'm not talking about like a narcissistic way, but just a good, like a picture of you once a week, and then maybe a carousel once a week, and then a reel a couple times a week. So you can do a combination of stuff. It's not the same thing all the time. Also, this is kind of funny to say this, but don't put your dog as a profile picture on Facebook. I know we love our dogs, we love our cats. I love animals. Nothing against animals at all. But people find it weird to do business with a dog because they're obviously dogs. So I can't do a transaction with a dog. So they might not think you're real. Even though we love your animals, we're all about that sincerely. It just doesn't make you look professional. Audience. Okay, so diverse age groups. Again, this is a little bit older. Obviously, our grannies, if we have grannies or grandpa and papa or poppy, right? They're on Facebook. They're out looking at the grandkids, and it's very special for them. And then also your mom. I mean, my mom's in her 70s, so my mom's traveling to Alaska this week, and she has a better life and she's traveling the world in her 70s, enjoying retirement. But she relies on Facebook. She posts everything on Facebook, right? So again, that's just something to understand, that there's an older audience there that might engage in your stuff, and that's great because they might be retired business owners. They might have been in business for 40 years in the automotive space, in the health industry space, and they want to still make money. They're not retired, never wanted to make any money anymore, and they might want a second, option there on top of retirement. Community members, so people interested in joining groups, participating in discussions. A lot of clients, so I'll post something where, maybe once or twice a week, I'll just, when you go on Facebook, you could just type. You don't need a picture or anything. You can just type anything and then put a backdrop on it, like a purple, red, or colored backdrop. And obviously it has to be, I don't know how many words or whatever, but I'll post like, hey, are you interested in compounded residual income? If you are, comment below yes, and I'll send you a DM for a webinar, Wednesday night. Or I'll do something probably better than that. And people do comment. You'd be surprised. If you see my inbox, I got dozens of people per week. They're like, link, please, link, please, link, please. And of course, I follow up with them. I give them a link. I make sure that they're on the webinar every Wednesday. And that's how I was able to get most of my affiliates. In fact, a lot of you came from my Facebook, probably more than Instagram. Okay, so that's really just something there to understand. Joining Craig groups. Now, this is really cool because I don't think we talk about this enough, but a lot of you are in 100 groups, dozens of groups. I know I am. Some of them I didn't ask to be in those groups. I don't know why I'm in these groups, but there's going to be a lot of people like a real estate group or an affiliate marketing group or even a network marketing group. Now we got to be careful about network marketers because we only want the best of the best. We don't want just people hopping from network marketing companies, and they're kind of a nightmare because they're always looking for the next flashy thing, right? But someone like myself that has made millions, that has built teams of hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands, these people are great. They might be looking for a change like I was in 2019. They want to do affiliate marketing only. They don't want to do all that other stuff. That's great. So you have to do it properly because some things you might get kicked out of a group. If you don't care, you don't care. But I'm just saying there has to be a little bit of a proper introduction, kind of a soft, don't do anything like just try to get them on a phone call. I love voice. I wrote this down. I love voice text. So every time I'm inboxing someone on Facebook, I'm using a voice text. It shows my tonality. Sometimes I can get in trouble just by texting something because, I just like to just be real on a voice text. And then they can text me back if I inbox them on a group. Hey, how do you like the group? What are you getting out of this group? I like this group a lot. Hey, what do you do? Love to connect with you. And now you're having like these side meetings. I get a Calendly link. So I have a Calendly link. So anytime I want to set up meetings, because my day is so book solid usually, I have a Calendly link. It costs me $15 a month and I'll just send my link. You can do 15 minutes, a 30-minute call, whatever. But I get people on a phone with me to potentially prospect them to become an affiliate off of social media. But I don't just like, hey, when are you available? I'll even book it for them. I'll say I got tomorrow at 2 o'clock or I got tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So I use Facebook to connect with an audience, inspire them with my content, and then potentially get them on an intake call with me. And then the rest is history. Once I can get them on an intake call, 9 out of 10 times, or I should say 11 out of 10 times, they're going to join whatever I got going. Okay. Just because I'm confident, I'm inspiring, I'm excited to talk to them. And obviously, what we have in the T group is much better than anything I've ever seen out there, truly. Advertising, you can do ads. Okay. We're not going to obviously go into that. That's a whole different ballgame. You can do like your own website eventually that goes into a funnel. There's just so much there to talk about. But Facebook is really obviously, well, Meta owns Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook. So everything is connected to those three things, obviously through Meta and Mark Zuckerberg, who's now the third richest person in the world, by the way, just as of last week. Content strategy, post a mix of articles, videos, and images, engage with your audience through comments and group discussions. How Facebook works is a little bit different. I love both. Like, LinkedIn, I'm still learning, but Instagram and Facebook is kind of been my thing for many, many years. I like both, but Facebook is definitely a different platform. There's definitely more kind of conversation that I can have on Facebook. I like having groups. I like being part of groups. I love starting my own group and kind of managing that and just really building a culture within an app. So like you have the regular stuff, and then you can also, you can invite all your friends into your community. Obviously, they have to accept it, and you don't want to do it too much every day, just a little bit here and there to build a culture. This is just a post here. We have Mara. So she's one of our VIPs. She says, one of the benefits of being an affiliate partner in the VASE program is that I can create my own work schedule. No more working evenings and weekends for me. Now, I liked it. I'm like, okay, but look at that beautiful picture. So that's where she lives in Spokane, Washington, or I think it's like near Seattle. She also goes a lot down to San Diego. She's one of our great clients. But that's just taking a picture on her iPhone, posting a quick kind of thing. But that's like, wow, like that's her office for the day. And I've called her and I FaceTimed her a couple of times and for our coaching calls, and she literally lives on a boat. So this really is her life. So first of all, she's authentic. She's not lying. She's not just Googling an image. That's really, she took that picture. So people might say, what does Mara do? What is the VASE? What is that about? So it gives that curiosity to reach out to Mara. Does that make sense, everybody? Now, I'm not saying one post is going to do it, for you, but if you are consistent, we're talking about lifestyle, talking about your day at the office, stuff like that, it really does help. On the right-hand side, this is actually our community. This is a Facebook page that I started many years ago. It's 17.5 thousand members. These are people that I've worked with in the past. They know of me. A lot of them know me personally, and we've done a lot of business together. But this is also a way for our VIPs to have free leads, access to them, because they're in the VASE program, that they can communicate with them, they can post there, and they have full access in this private group to almost 18,000 leads for free, a part of the VASE program. Okay, so Facebook, again, now we're going into YouTube. Now, let me just say this. YouTube is the GOAT. This is the greatest of all time. YouTube, in my opinion, is the greatest for me on a personal level and a professional level. I have YouTube Premium. I cannot live without YouTube Premium because YouTube is literally my TV. It's how I personally develop. I listen to every podcast on YouTube. Every day at the gym, I'm on YouTube. I'm learning about relationships. I'm learning about health and wellness. I'm listening to my favorite podcast, the PVD podcast. I'm learning about politics. But one of the things that you might not know is, yes, you can post, 40 minutes if you want. You can do a bunch of stuff, run your own podcast. Great platform. You can get paid on all of these platforms, but YouTube, a lot of people monetize on it. But a lot of people don't really know about the shorts. So when you're doing a reel that's 60 seconds or less, you can also post that on your shorts. So meaning not shorts, meaning short. So you upload it just like you're uploading a video. So you want to get the YouTube app and you upload it right from your phone. You can make a short, like a reel. Same thing you're posting on, Facebook and Instagram. You can also post on TikTok and also YouTube. And that can go viral. I mean, you can have a 60-second video go viral on YouTube. It can happen. And YouTube, all YouTube's about is subscribers, getting more and more subscribers, kind of also doing the same thing that Sarah was talking about, is engaging with your audience, liking, subscribing to other things that interest you, because the more videos that you watch that interest you, the more that are going to come up on that. So if I'm watching an Erwin McManus sermon, well, or Mark Driscoll's sermon, which are my two goats, my two favorite pastors, then guess what? The next day, more of that's going to show up, right? So, whether it's music or whether it's meditations, I mean, I meditate on YouTube. Everything is there, right? So as you want to be available on YouTube, you want to show, you want to be a presence on YouTube, because again, take all the other apps away, everyone's also on YouTube. Everyone, every celebrity, every big name, small name, they're all on YouTube, both professionally and personally. So this is massive. So building your audience, I mean, just go for it. I mean, my daughter, when she was 8 years old, started her YouTube channel. My other daughter almost got a full scholarship to Belmont University that she's going in 2 weeks because she's an artist. She's built a whole Instagram, and the Belmont University looked at her Instagram to give her more than half of a scholarship at a liberal arts school. That's $60,000 a year to go, and she leaves in 10 days because she's an artist. She put herself out there. She has all of this content, before and afters, and you can see from year by year, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's YouTube Shorts, whether it's Instagram Reels. Some of her Reels got millions and millions of views, many even years ago. She's 18 now, so that really helps her get a college scholarship. So even your children can engage in this and have fun with it. And you guys can really kind of attack this both on the professional and personal level. And even, like I said, like even personally, like really learn and get educated about things that you're really, it's like a modern day library, right? Instead of going to the library, you just go on YouTube and learn anything that you really want to learn. So again, creating engaging content is the key though. I see a lot of dance videos on YouTube. I see a lot of creative stuff, like we talked about with my daughter, with art, with painting, with just maybe, I would say like even on a, like not politics, but whatever you're like, whether it's Christianity or what you believe in or whatever, like that's where you want to talk about it. Like, don't be afraid to talk about like what you believe in. People love it. I think now more than ever is, maybe you want to stand up for different things, different rights, maybe different legislation that you do or do not believe. And, just surround yourself with, that positive energy of just, hey, I'm taking a stand on this. I'm taking a stand on this. This is what I don't believe. And this is and people will seek you out. If you really have something to say, and it doesn't have to be business, that's where podcasts are started. But again, you can't just start a podcast because you want to start a podcast. You can't just be cool to be cool. You have to have a message. So if your message is powerful to you and your message is so like, it's just ingrained in you that I have to share this. I have to share my faith, or I have to share what I believe in, or this is why you cannot do this, or this is, in my opinion, whatever that is, that's where the podcast can come later. Maybe you want to write a book like I did. You want to promote your book on YouTube, all that stuff. What a great tool and resource that you can have. So you're engaging with viewers, you're promoting events. It could be any of these here, collaborating with influence as well. And again, the more subscribers you have, the more valuable that your brand is, obviously on YouTube. But more importantly, it's the content that you're putting out. Again, authenticity and being real is very important. So you can also repurpose. So again, I've already talked about this, but if I post a reel on Instagram, I can repurpose to YouTube, and whether it's a testimony from a client, whether it's me just in my routine, I do that both on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. It's repurposing that, which is very acceptable on those apps. Okay, so other social media tips. I think, Sarah, do you want to finish out and hit this? Yeah. I think, I'll just kind of pass it back over to you.
All right. So just kind of to round this all out, I want to just give you guys a few extra tips on how you can really get just really good at social media. So the first thing is, because this is really overwhelming, this is a lot of apps. Since I said consistency is key, there's a ton of tools out there that can actually help you schedule posts. So you could sit down in one day or 2 days and get everything compiled and actually schedule everything out in advance. So things like Hootsuite and Buffer are apps that will allow you to schedule posts in advance. But really, this is about just being consistent. So whether it's in advance or it's, you're scheduling time within your day to just sit down and do it, you want to make sure that you have a steady flow of posts, but it also frees you up a bit to engage with your audience and make sure that, your stuff is high quality. If you do schedule it out, it takes a little pressure off you for the daily posting, or at least if you plan it in advance and then you just have to just quickly post it, which is what I do. I just have them all planned in advance, and then I just quickly copy paste, and put them up on the different platforms. And you can, and like I said, you can also just create it in batches, set aside specific times to just, create a week's worth of content, make sure it's fresh and relevant, and just post. The other tip is using ChatGPT for captions is just like an absolute game changer. It will craft a really good caption for you. A lot of times, it will sound a little like ChatGPT, so it does need to get to know you a little bit. And then I would just personalize it. Like, I hate when ChatGPT at the end is like, let's all work together. It always says something like that. Let's do blah, blah, blah together. So then you kind of know it's ChatGPT. So take it and personalize it, but leverage it to help you kind of build that base. It can really help you do things more quickly, more efficiently, and enhance your post and just save you valuable time. Also, review regularly the analytics and metrics on your social media platforms. If you guys don't know how to do this, this is really powerful because it can tell you what times of day you should be posting, what's working, what's not, and it can kind of help you fine tune your strategy a little bit. And focus on the kinds of content that are really working for you. So if there's a certain specific thing that seems to be working really well for you, maybe it's short form reels, or, when you're getting really authentic and you kind of notice that pattern, you can kind of go more towards that type of social media content for yourself. Hashtags is also a super powerful way to increase the visibility of your posts. So just make sure that use ChatGPT, be like, can I have 20 hashtags for this type of thing? You just copy it and put it in, because it will help kind of mix popular and niche hashtags to help you reach different sections and different audiences that can maximize your post's outreach. And then, we talked about this, but engagement is super vital. Engage with your audience, respond to comments, sit and just go through and don't do just like a single emoji. That's not really engaging. You actually have to comment. On your friends' stuff, it's okay. But if you're actually trying to engage with people who could become your friend and engage back with you, maybe it's an influencer, you want to actually engage, tell them how amazing their post was, what you learned about it. So you can foster in like that sense of community and show that, you value the input and you value the content that you're following. It's kind of that two-way engagement. And then engaging and sharing, don't do this a ton, but you do want to share other people's stuff on your stories so that your followers can see the type of content you like. And it gets you, if you share influencer stuff, like I've actually made friends with some influencers by sharing their stuff, and they reach out and thank me, and then we chat. So that can happen sometimes. And then lastly, it's just really important to stay up with current trends. So social media changes really quickly. It can be really overwhelming, but you can just read articles and things follow some social media pages that actually will tell you about the trends, trending audios, like Instagram will change little things constantly about their algorithm, and just having that inside insight can be really, really palpable for you guys to, just hop on that trend, and something could really go viral in those moments. There's viral challenges sometimes, or new ways of creating content. So just some tips and tricks for you. And I know we're here at the end, so I'll pass it to Todd.
Yeah, I was going to say something really important, but then I totally forgot. You said, what was the last thing that you said? If we go back here, generated leads, stay current with trends. The audience, I forget. I'm so good. But anyway, I appreciate that, Sarah. So there's a lot, like Sarah said, this could be really overwhelming for you. And here's just my mindset. So I want to kind of close with this mindset, because I was talking to a client today, and it just reminds me that we're all human, we're all normal, right? We all have a lot of different hardships that happen to us, right? We have situations in life that we don't even know how to deal with them, and we have all the best intentions in the world. And it's pretty much like, if you guys can relate, it's like you're going to kick ass tomorrow, you're going to take names, you're going to make August happen. August is the month to remember, right? And then August 6th comes and you get a phone call, or you just get the biggest surprise of your life and it's not positive, or your car breaks down. I mean, my daughter popped her mom's tire the other day, so had to pay $600 extra for it, and she learned a valuable lesson that she has to drive safer. If you have children, there's college tuition, there's just so much, right? So, and then you're talking about, oh my God, social media on top of this. The mindset is, again, going back to what I said in the beginning of this, is you have to have a burning, white hot desire. Napoleon Hill studied in the past 20 years from 1920 to 1940. He was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie, studied 500 of the most successful people on the planet from 1920 to 1940, including Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie. And he found out the 13 things or whatever it is of what they possess, what most successful people possess. And again, it's that white hot burning desire. It's the coachability. It's the teachable spirit. It's learning. It's not quick fixes. It's not get rich quick stuff. It's long-term growing every single day. So what I found statistically, and this is just from our data, is that when somebody joins our VIP program, they're 100 times better at booking appointments. And they're also going to be 100 times not going to quit like the regular affiliate quits. See, in life, when things are free, it's just, it's easy to quit. So like, and that's no problem. Like anyone can do this. It's free, but we have 5 cash flows coming with the T group. Like you've got to double down. Like you've got to learn this stuff. You've got to get educated about this. This is health insurance. Some are going to be lowering insurance premiums. Some are going to be even Ozempic, GLP-1. Some are going to be business to business and consumer to consumer. We got business owners that own real estate with cost segregation and fixed assets. So like you got to know this stuff. So if somebody's like, yeah, I'll sign up, I'll try it. Like we don't want those people. I beg of you. Like I don't want to sign up another damn affiliate that wants to try this because we don't need them. We don't need any more affiliates. We just need really good people, including you, to book calls and that really can take this to the next level. So again, what we do offer with VASE is we have virtual masterminds every single week. We're going to have a live mastermind in Tampa, Florida in the fall this year with myself, with Sarah, with all of our clients. Like this is a community. And the cool thing about this is we price this very small compared to what we could have priced it at because we want you to come in so that we have 6 months of you so that you're not going anywhere. So by even just paying a little bit of money, you're not going anywhere. Like we got you for 6 months. Now, the reason that I say that is because when people pay, they pay attention. So if they don't pay, they're not paying attention. They're going to let life happen. They're going to let the car breaking down happen. They're going to let this happen. They're just going to say, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. Oh man, life is just so hard. I'll try, Todd. I'll try. Not many affiliates that aren't in the VASE program are really doing much. So we understand that it's just science, it's biology, I don't know what it is, but when people don't pay anything, there's no skin in the game. And I have understood that at the highest level for many, many years. But at the same time, we're not charging an arm and a leg at all. We're charging very small amounts of money so that at the end of it, you can make $10,000 a month within the next 6 months or more. So we have all of this here, as you can see, the CRM, accountability, videos, training, social media, a Slack group that a lot of our VIPs can definitely tell you how great it is. And it's just been a wonderful experience. We've only been doing it for 4 months, but everyone in VASE is actually doing 100 times more than anyone else outside of VASE. And that's just what it is. Well, whatever you want to say, but they're the ones that are booking hundreds of thousands. And I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of thousands of employees more than anyone else that's not doing anything. So that's just psychology. That's just mindset. If you don't have coaching, if you don't have accountability, if you don't have community, if you're not building a community, if you're not going to live events, if you're not plugged in totally with this type of business, it's not network marketing. It's not really affiliate marketing. What really affiliate marketing is, like you're not selling books or Lululemon or stuff on Amazon and you're all alone, just kind of on your computer, a little part-time income. You can be making $1 million a month with this. You could be making $1 million a year with this in residual income. And now we have now money. We have long-term money. 4 out of 5 of the cash flows are now money. And also 3 or 4 of them out of 5 are residual income monthly and yearly. It's just unheard of. It's unprecedented. But we have to get people to stay long enough where they don't just try it for a couple of weeks and quit. It blows my mind. Like what you don't just get your insurance license or real estate license, then you just quit. So because we don't require a license, but because we don't require really anything in the back and the front end, because it's all free, it's just so many people come and go. Okay. And again, we don't want to keep that up. We actually just want to either stay with you guys. Let's go. Let's build a huge business together. We don't need thousands of people or even hundreds of people. At the end of the day, what we're looking for is 100, max 100 producers. That's it. I only want 100 producers. Now I built teams of hundreds of thousands, but a lot of them did not produce. So big deal, right? They've signed up. They bought an auto ship in that industry, direct sales. This is not that. So we just want 100 producers. Now, how many of those producers do you want underneath you? You don't have to have tons. So if you had 5 people that booked up to 2,000 appointments a month that closed, well, that's going to be $4,000 a month for you. Now, if they do that every month and you did nothing, that's 4,000, then 8,000, then 16,000, then it just compounds. That's that compounded residual income. So if you actually do 2,000 employees in a year that close, which is a very small number, well, you made 10 grand a month yourself every month, 10 grand a month, 10 grand a month, 10 grand a month, 10 grand a month. But if you had your team do 2,000 in a year, you would add to that $14,000 a month, okay, or $4,000 a month, which is a total of $14,000 a month. But guys, that's residual income, like whether you work or not, like truly, whether you work or not. You don't have to motivate the business owner. You don't have to go call the business owner. You don't got to go be Tony Robbins with all the employees because the T Group does all that. You're out of the loop. You're done. You don't have to do anything other than book a call. But the problem is most people, because of life and excuses, they give us all the excuses on why they can't just sit down, grab their phone, and make phone calls because, oh, grandkids need help. Got a text from the ex. Got a text from the wife. Got to go. Just right when they sat down. Got to go. Can't. I'll do it tomorrow. But when you have accountability, that's when you're actually on the phones. You're doing the work, and it's in front of you. You have a community that encourages you to do that. So with that said, I think that's one of the last slides. So you can apply here if you want to be a part of that. Again, this is just a quick taste of what you would get. We take this to the whole next level, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, all that good stuff within the next 6 months to really help you succeed. Now, we don't have time for Q&A, but what I will say is if you are part of our Slack group, that means you're a VIP, please ask questions in Slack. Me and Sarah will definitely answer it. If you're not a part of that, obviously you can reach out to us. You can ask me any question personally. Let's set up a call if you have any more questions about this. Obviously, I need to talk to you anyway, regardless, because I'm putting a roster together for the research and development team. And you got to understand, these are 2 different affiliate agreements. So just because you've signed already up for the PCMP program, that doesn't mean you're going to be doing our research and development program. There are 2 different affiliate agreements. This one might require an NDA for a little while because it's brand new, but that's why you need to reach out to me. And again, don't just reach out to me because you're like, I'm interested. I don't care if you're interested. I'm not going to sign you up if you're interested. I want people that are ready to go, that are going to book calls. I don't care if it's only 5 people. Great. I don't need 50. I just need 5. Like if you are absolutely ready to go, let's talk. Let's get you on the roster. We're not interested in who's interested. Okay. That's not, if you're interested, great. Good luck with that. But I'm interested in becoming a billionaire, but that doesn't mean billionaires are going to come mentor me. Okay. So let's just as an example. So if you are really excited, like you're like, Todd, I want to know more about it. I'm excited. I'm already doing it. I want to take this next level. Then obviously you definitely need to reach out to me. We need to get you on a roster. I need to give that to the T Group. I need to vet that. I need to secure that roster this week. And I'm basically vetting you, but I'm also endorsing you. So I'm basically saying this person I do trust. Hey, Giovanni, this person's the real deal. Not, hey, they haven't done anything in 4 months. I don't know if they're ever going to do anything, but hey, they're interested. Like we just can't go down that route. Does that make sense? Now, if you haven't done anything in 4 months and now today was your wake up call and you're like, oh, heck yeah, I'm in. Hey, that's okay. You change your heart. Let's go. You pivoted. Maybe this would be even a better program instead of the PCMP2, because again, we're lowering people's insurance and that's all we're doing. So it has nothing to do with the IRS, has nothing to do with tax codes, so to speak. It just is lowering their insurance premium or what they're currently paying around 50, 60, whatever percent. There's obviously a way to do that, but it's through 1981 legislation, which has nothing to do with Section 124. So again, 2 completely different programs. And it's really an easy yes, especially for the bigger companies, because they don't have to worry about getting audited or anything like that. Not that there is a worry, but of course, big businesses are always worried about that. So with the R&D program, it's really like a no-brainer. I mean, this thing is just going to go boom, 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 and it's like a yearly residual to you, and you get half up front. So again, LinkedIn, like people would love to talk to you. Once you learn more about this program, they're going to be all over your social media. They're going to be like, tell me more about this, tell me more about this, tell me more about this. And that's where you can either pick up some affiliates that are going to be 10 times even better than us, which is great. Plug them into the system. We got our weekly trainings and everything with the T Group. Or you're obviously booking more appointments because your education is there and you're kind of compartmentalizing like who your leads are, in all directions, whether it's your, your social media or your Rolodex or the people in your phone. So hopefully this training was really good, really effective. We want to keep bringing more value to you. We really want to take this next level. And I'll close with this. It's August. So August, September, October, November. This is go time now. Maybe June and July was really slow for you. Well, that's for good reason. A lot of CEOs, a lot of C-suite people are on vacation. But this is where people are starting to make decisions now. Going into the fall, Q3 and Q4, December is like kind of a wash in most cases. So we got 4 more months left of 2025. So or 2024. Do what you got to do to win. Set your family up for the next 4 to 5 months. Get to 2,000 employees closed by the end of this year. Every single one of you can do that. That's $10,000 a month going into a brand new year of 2025. And that could include, obviously, some of your affiliates, whatever they close. Anyone on this call can do 2,000 employees to get to $10,000 a month between now and August, all the way to the end of this year. You can do it. You might have to book 10,000 to get to the 2,000 close, whatever, but just do it. Just pick up that phone, make those calls, learn exactly what we're teaching you, and ask questions. We're here to help you. We're here to make sure that you have all the resources that you need to be successful, because we got your back and we really do genuinely care about your future. So with that said, thanks so much for being on the call, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time.